Hello students, let us continue with the applications of Ampere's circuital law. We have completed application first, magnetic field due to straight wire, and now we are doing application second to find magnetic field B due to straight solenoid. Okay, now this term solenoid, that is new for you. Let us first understand what is this device, solenoid. So students, you must have seen a spring. Okay, so this spring in which if the current is allowed to pass, then this is called a solenoid. Okay, very simple. So we can define it like this, a helical shaped. This shape is called helical. Okay, so this is helix or spring, both the names we can take. So a helical shaped conductor carrying current is called a solenoid. Now because for this solenoid current is flowing, so the magnetic field will also be present inside it and outside it. Now we have to verify that where the magnetic field is present for different locations, and we have to find the formula for the final magnetic field. Now first of all, to find this magnetic field, we need to understand the direction part using the right hand thumb rule. So our concern is with the direction of magnetic field, okay, for the solenoid. Now students, we can see whenever this type of spring is drawn, it is little confusing that which one is the front turn and which one is the back turn. So we always try to draw the solenoid like this. In this we can show the windings of the coil over this material. So how we can show? Like this. Okay, so this spring which is wound over some material, this spring is called solenoid, okay, or coil, and then this material over which it is wound, that is called a core. Okay, so this material over which the windings are done, that is called a core. Now in this it is very clearly shown that where the current is up and where the current is down. Suppose I show this direction of the current, then you can see back side the current is moving up and front side the current is moving down. Continuing the path of the current, this way we get. So you have to understand it with the help of one such device. Suppose this is the solenoid's core and windings are done. So you see and compare it with this diagram. How the current is flowing? Back side the current is flowing up. Okay, back side the current is flowing up and front side it is coming down. Then again it is continuing. Back side up and front side down. So this way the current continuation is done. Now what we have to do? We can first draw the top view of this solenoid. Okay, how it will be drawn? You see here, I am drawing now the top view of this solenoid. Okay, top view means this view. So you see now how it will be drawn. This is the top view. The current, first turn current, okay, it is moving up, and if I see the top view, you will be seeing it coming out of the board. Okay, see again. This was the solenoid. Back side the current was moving up. If you see the top view, then current is coming out of the board. So current is coming out means I will show the current by the dot. Then again, when the same current is turning and moving down, okay, so here you will see that the current is getting into the board. Okay, so this side I will show it by a cross. So I think you have understood why dots and cross have been shown for the top view of the solenoid. This is the top view of solenoid. How it is, understand it again. Current was coming here upwards. If we see the top view of this solenoid, then here the current is coming out of the board. So I have shown a dot, and in the same manner, when this current turned and moved down at this phase, so at the second edge, current is entering into the board. So into the board means I will show here cross. Now for each such turn, we can show dots and cross. So for the second turn, for this third turn, and for the fourth turn. Now our target is first of all to find the magnetic field inside. Okay, direction of net magnetic field inside the solenoid. Let us try it. Okay, so my first concern is inside. Direction of B. Okay, how to find it? So using right hand thumb rule. So what you need to do, students? See, this way the current is moving in the upward direction, back side. So what we have to do? We have to use our right hand. We will be holding thumb. You can see now the fingers are curling in this direction. In this direction. So inside the solenoid, the fingers will curl from left to right. See it here? This is the magnetic field direction around the first current. This current. How I got it? You see it again. This was the current coming up. We have to hold it with the right hand. We have to hold, and then you see now when I'll hold this wire, my fingers are curling left to right direction. Okay, left to right direction. So you see from left to right direction. So this is the circle around this thumb. In the same manner, if the same current is moving down, okay, then we have to use the right hand thumb downward. So you see if I am holding it, fingers are curling here out of the solenoid. Okay, so these are the direction. So you just see the direction. So fingers are curling like this. Okay, now if I continue its path, so here at the center or inside the solenoid, since the magnetic field due to this current and due to this current, they are in the same direction, so they are adding, and net magnetic field is this. In the same manner, we can find the right hand, we can apply the right hand thumb rule to find the magnetic field direction for this loop, means for this current and for this current. They will also get added, added, added. So for each turn, magnetic field direction is parallel to the length of the solenoid. So this will be combined. This is the net direction of magnetic field. That's why the magnetic field B, for inside case, it is parallel to the length of solenoid. Now let us solve for the outside case. So first of all you note down all this, then we'll move to outside case. Now students, let us solve for the just outside of solenoid. Okay, suppose we have a point here. Here point P2 is there, suppose. Okay, Here we have to find the magnetic field B due to this solenoid. So again the same thing is there. This current is flowing outwards. So outwards, fingers are curling like this. But now we have to take the bigger loop which will reach P2 point. So here remove this direction and here make a bigger loop. So due to this first current, magnetic field is in this direction. Okay. Now for this current which is normally in, from here it came out and to it went in. So here the current is going inside the board. So hold the right hand in this manner that this thumb is pointing down. Okay. So direction of the magnetic field already we have drawn. The same direction we have to take here also at this, which will reach point P2. So you see now at point P2, due to this current, magnetic field is here. Due to this current, magnetic field is here. So when we are outside, just outside the solenoid, then the two magnetic field directions are cancelling each other. So here we can say for the outside point that the magnetic field is approximately 0. So all that points which are outside the solenoid, whether here or here, the magnetic field is 0. But magnetic field is present where? So magnetic field is present only inside the solenoid, which we are going to find using the Ampere's law. Its magnitude we are going to find. Students, let us now find the magnitude of magnetic field B inside the solenoid. Outside the magnetic field is 0. Inside it is parallel to the length of solenoid. This we have already discussed. Now we have to use Ampere's law to find magnetic field B inside it. So as we know that magnetic field is inside present. Now to apply the Ampere's law, that means B dot dl equal to mu 0 summation I, we have to first enclose the current. Current is in this spring manner. What we can do now, we can enclose the part of each loop like this. We will take a rectangular loop which is just crossing the solenoid, which is just passing from the center of the solenoid, so that this B is counted. Okay. So here we have taken a ABCD loop. Okay, we have taken a rectangular loop as you can see. Now for this loop, we have to solve integration of B dot dl. Okay, now this is length integration. So we have to also divide this loop in different lengths. Wherever the discontinuity is appearing, we have to break it. So we will break this integration 4 times, because one length, second length, third length and fourth length are appearing. So we will write this integration 4 times for all these different sides. So this is for AB, this is for BC, CD, DA. After that, now for each of the side, that means AB, BC and all, we have to find the B dot dl angle. That means angle between B and DL. Okay. So you see, DL means part of the loop, as I have told you in the Ampere's law. DL means part of the loop. So here on AB, if we take a DL, okay, I can show you by some other color pen. Suppose any DL I have taken on this AB. So this is my DL. Now you see B vector direction is also here only. So here the angle between B and DL is, how much is the angle? 0 degree, because both are in the same direction. So here the angle is 0 degree. Okay. Now come to this side. This side BC is upwards or vertical. But magnetic field, you see, magnetic field is horizontal. So at this line, magnetic field is horizontal, but DL is vertical. So for BC side, theta between B and DL is 90 degree. Okay. So let me put everywhere vectors. After that, now let us solve CD. Okay, CD point is just outside the solenoid, and we have solved here that here magnetic field is only 0. There is no need to calculate theta here because here already magnetic field is 0. Now come to dA. Here also dl is vertical. Okay, dA, that means dl is vertical, magnetic field is horizontal. So here theta will appear 90 degree. Now let us see that which of the integrations are becoming 0. So you see here b dl cos 0 will appear over AB. Here since theta is 90, cos 90 is 0. Okay, so b dl cos 90, answer is 0. Here b is itself 0, so whole answer is 0. And here again theta 90, so cos 90 0. That means only one part is remaining which is non-zero on the left side. Okay. Now firstly let us take this, let us simplify it. Cos 0 is 1, b is taken out, and dl is the remaining inside the integration. Now what about this dl's integration? Here dl was the part of this length dl. So what is integration of dl? That means whole length a to b. What is the total length of solenoid? L. So we will write d into L as the answer. Okay. Integration of dl answer is L only. Now let us solve the right side. Mu 0 summation I. Okay. Now what we have to do? Here a number of currents are appearing. So suppose these turns are total, suppose n. So we have to do n times mu 0 I. Currents are flowing in series only. We are not saying that current is becoming in each turn becoming greater and greater. No, but each current's effect is multiplying. That's why we are here, we have to put the effect of turns. So suppose total number of turns are n, but now we are not given total turns, we are given small n. That means number of turns per unit length is given. So if I use this formula, number of turns per unit length small n means total turns upon total length. So how can I replace capital N here? So it will be small n L. Okay, mu 0 I. So here we have to equate it, mu 0 NL I, mu 0 NL I. Now you can see here we were already having L length. So this L length is getting cancelled. So what is the final answer for magnetic field inside the solenoid? It is mu 0 Ni. Okay, so final answer of magnetic field B inside the solenoid is obtained mu 0 Ni. That means it depends upon number of turns per unit length, and it depends upon the current flowing, and it depends upon the medium. Mu 0 will come when no medium is there, air. That means only the coil is like this. Okay, in between the windings, if air is there, mu 0 will come. But if some medium is there like this, then mu will come. So these three factors will affect the magnetic field value. And we have already discussed the direction of it. Direction of magnetic field is parallel to the length of the solenoid. Okay.